Hi everyone, my name is Kobe Warner. This is KOBLIZZY, and I am so happy to be back, as per usual. And for this episode, as per usual, I'm going to start with the song of the week. I kind of have a lot of music to talk about, as per usual. I think that might be the new trend alert. There's always like a buzz phrase, buzzword that I'll say over and over again in an episode. And in the first 30 seconds of this one, I said as per usual like 3 times. So as per usual, there is a trend alert. No More Drama by Charlie Puth is the closing track of his newest album. What's the album called? Child. I was thinking about going to the concert in Atlanta. He's doing a concert in Atlanta in May at an amphitheater. And I was like, maybe I should go to the Charlie Puth concert. But let me save my coins, girl. I'm anticipating that Miley Cyrus is gonna drop a tour announcement. The album's called Charlie, and so I mean Charlie Puth makes pure pop music, child. He makes pure pop music. So if you're not into that, you're not gonna like this. But No More Drama is the 12th track. It's about I got no more drama in my life. His songs are just catchy. That's his thing. I also like Loser on this album. I think I damn. I said I like. I don't think that I like her. That's what I was trying to say. I like that song too. Those are my favorites. That's hilarious. That's the opening track. That one's pretty good. Sabrina Carpenter also dropped her deluxe version of Emails I Can't Send Forward. That's the title. You know, like the email FWD forward. Because her whole thing is emails. I really actually appreciate the concept of like her turning emails that she couldn't send into an album. I think I've commented on that before actually, but I just really liked the thought of that because I have to monitor my email inbox a lot for like work, and so I relate. I'm like, girl, there's a lot of emails I can't send to, baby. But I really like the album also because I really enjoy sad music. Another thing that I've mentioned before. My favorite one of the Feather is an upbeat one, so I automatically went for that one because I like a good pop upbeat song. Hence the Charlie Puth mentioned today. But the sad one that I really loved is called Opposite. Let me pull up the lyrics because that one was getting me, girl. I'm like, Sabrina put her Sabrina Ussy in this one. Opposite. My computer breathes loud. Like it gets that when the fans start running, I call that breathing. It'll be like, psh. I'm like, girl, calm down. It's distracting. Um, she said, "Oh, so you do have a type, and it's not me. Oh, so you can reply just to not me." That's not really my favorite part. My favorite part is she looks nothing like me. Can't really tell, should I be trying to take it as a compliment? It's kind of feeling like the opposite. I don't remember the melody. She looks or the key. Anyway, she looks nothing like me, so why do you look so happy? Now I think I get the cause of it. You are holding out to find the opposite. Like, I don't know. She just wrote the hell out that chorus. She wrote the hell out that chorus. Um, Songwriters on the song are Amy Allen, Peter Rycroft, and Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, they wrote the hell out of this song. Love it. So I just wanted to mention that track from Sabrina Carpenter's deluxe version of Emails I Can't Send Forward. So Chloe Bailey's album came out. I'm gonna mention that too. That's the last music thingy I'm gonna talk about before we get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. Chloe Ailey. I really cannot talk today. I mean, it's no different than any other day, but it's especially I'm being ailed today by the disease of non-speakiness. So, In Pieces is the name of Chloe's record. And In Pieces, like I'm in pieces, in case that wasn't clear. I really like the opener. It's called Someone's Calling, in parentheses, Chloe. That's one of like 3 interlude tracks on the record. So there's 14 tracks total with those 3 interludes. There's like 11 full songs. The thing about Chloe Bailey, though, is she's kind of allergic to a song that's longer than 3 minutes. Like, she got like one song. Like, I think it's How Does It Feel by her and Chris Brown. Oh no, baby, that's 2:47. So I'm tripping. Which one is it? Cheat Back? Cheat Back with Future is almost 4 minutes. But like every other song on this record's under 3 minutes. And 3 of those tracks are interludes that are like under 1 minute. And I don't have much room to talk. Like, I only have a couple songs over 3 minutes too. I have a couple, but I only have a couple songs, period. So like half of my songs are over 3 minutes. Like Bad Bitch and Hometown, those all run like 2:45. But it's like Chloe's song be like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I just feel like in this TikTok goldfish attention span era of like music consumption and media consumption, it's kind of frustrating that of all artists, and let me give you context. Well, let me finish my statement. Of all artists, the artist signed to Beyonce's record is falling victim to the not being an album artist. You know what I mean? Beyonce is an album artist. Anybody who loves Beyonce and knows Beyonce as a real fan knows that. She says that on many occasions. And I just feel like Chloe is going for the singles. I just feel like, I don't know. And I don't want to criticize her in a way that sounds unfair. So let me give some context, because Chloe and Halle, their first EP came out in like 2016. It was called Sugar Symphony. Let me see what year it came out. I have loved Chloe and Halle since the beginning. I used to watch their videos on YouTube before Parkwood discovered them, before Beyonce got involved. Chloe and Halle put out their first EP, Sugar Symphony, in 2016. Like I said, April 29th, 2016. They put out their first record, The Two of Us, 2017. It's 16 tracks, but it's 25 minutes. I think they considered this an EP, but it's listed as an album on Spotify. And then so they put out what I considered to be their debut album, The Kids Are Alright, in 2018. That was High School Baby. I know all the songs on this album, love it. And they put out my favorite of their records, their most recent record, Ungodly Hour, on June 12th, 2020, my 18th birthday. So I'll never forget when that record came out, and it's my favorite record of theirs. And one of my favorite records of the past couple of years. Ungodly Hour is a masterpiece. And so I love Chloe. I love Halle. I'm going to be supporting Halle when she plays Ariel in The Little Mermaid when that comes out this summer. I'm excited for them to reunite and put out the Chloe Halle record, because they're going to do that. The reason Chloe did solo music is because Halle was busy with The Little Mermaid, and so they didn't want to make Chloe sit around and do nothing, so she made her own record. But they didn't break up, contrary to I think what some people are suggesting on the internet. Anyway, so back to the record, In Pieces. I love the album cover, first of all. Chloe, it's Chloe. Let me see if I can show you. If you're watching the video on Spotify or YouTube, I'll try to show you my phone screen. It's going to be a little crunch. But if it's... Damn, there's no focus. It's like Chloe... She looks like a porcelain doll is the point, and she's holding her heart. And her heart's in her hand, literally. And it's beautiful. She said it was inspired by a porcelain doll. I love the album cover, no complaints. I love it. She's wearing this gorgeous white dress. Her her locks are red at the moment. The heart's red. She has a red spot on her chest where her heart's missing. So like the only colors are really neutrals and red. Like it's gorgeous. It's visually gorgeous. It's visually appealing. The color palette's nice. I like the album cover a lot. So first of all, I like the album cover. Someone's Calling Chloe, like I've mentioned. I like the intro. It starts with like some, I don't want to get copyright stricken, but starts with horns. So that's all I'm going to play, because last time I played a SZA's intro of her album, I got copyright stricken. So there's like some horns with me. It's like, someone's calling Chloe. It's like, it's cool. I like it. And so then track number 2 is Pray It Away, which was previously released as a single. So when this single came out, it was actually my least favorite of Chloe's singles. So I guess before we get in the album, we need to discuss Chloe's single trajectory. Her first single technically was a live performance that she did for Liberated Music from the Movement Volume 3. It was Feeling Good, but that was not really her first original song. That's a Nina Simone cover. Her first original song was Have Mercy. It came out September 10th, 2021. I love this song. I think it was a great first single. I think it's a hit. Her second single came out April 8th, 2022, so a lot later. It's Treat Me. I think Treat Me's a hit. Treat Me, like a Treat Me. All these songs are bops to me. Surprise came out June 17th, 2022. I like that one too. It wasn't my favorite, but I liked it. Surprise. I liked the music video a lot, especially. Then it was Pray It Away. So Pray It Away was not my favorite. Have Mercy and Treat Me were my favorites at first. Oh, bitch. Before Pray It Away was For the Night. That was my mother. That was my MF favorite. For the Night with Lotto was my when it came out in October of 2022, I was all over that one. So that was my favorite. Treat Me and Have Mercy were like second, tied for second. Surprise, Pray It Away tied for third. Then she put out How Does It Feel with Chris Brown, which is a track from In Pieces. So the singles that she's put out so far, of them, the only ones that are on her album are Pray It Away, How Does It Feel. Not my favorite For the Night, not Surprise, not Treat Me, not Have Mercy. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Back to the album. Pray It Away, the first single from the album, yes. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm excited nonetheless. I love Chloe, and I still have tickets to her show in April. So I'm so excited to see her perform my songs, the ones that are my favorites and the ones that aren't. The third song is Body Do. This one was also released as a single. This was released as the third single after How Does It Feel. Body Do, it's really upbeat. It's like it makes you want to dance and pop your you know what. So like I like it for that factor. But I was like, okay, don't trust what I trust what your body do. I'm like, okay, trust what your body do. I'm like, all right, okay. I don't mind. What's this one? Oh, yeah, I like this one. I like it. Worried, I like it. Falling for You is an interlude. I like it. How Does It Feel? I know the Chris Brown feature is controversial. I understand why the Chris Brown feature is controversial. I'm not here to comment on that, nor is it my business. But I like the song. Objectively, How Does It Feel is an R&B. It sounds like an R&B radio hit to me. And it's pleasant on the ears. It's nice to listen to. Feel Me Cry, I liked that one. I've listened to their album about 3 or 4 times through all the way. And right before, that's why I think before people form very extreme opinions about albums, I think you should listen to them a couple times if you're really going to comment on something in a way that you want to be taken seriously. Because the fourth listen, Feel Me Cry, stood out to me. I missed it the first 3 times. I heard it, but something about it, I was just like, okay. But the fourth time, I'm like, Feel Me Cry. I like this one. Like, okay, so listen to stuff a couple times. Make It Look Easy. I like that one a lot. And I like the transition between Feel Me Cry and Make It Look Easy. I think it's those two. There's a cool, like, ooh, booty doo doo, ooh, like vocal, like transition. The songs flow well into each other. Lose You, I like it. I think it sounds, it's R&B. It has an R&B vibe. Like, it slides. Told Ya, I love that she has a Missy Elliott feature. I love a Missy Elliott. I love a Missy Elliott feature on a pop song. I love it. But Told Ya has an interesting vibe. I don't even know. It's not really. I don't know if it's pop, to be honest. But Missy Elliott's verse is fire. Cheat Back with Future. I like it. I think it's a good song. I think that won't probably play on the radio too. That's a radio hit. Heart on My Sleeve. I love it. It's an interlude. It's under 1 minute, but I love it. It's just gorgeous. And then my favorite song is track number 14, the final track, In Pieces. I really, really like In Pieces. I think the lyrics are gorgeous. I think it's a great title track. I think it's the best song on the album. I think it's the best song on the album. I mean that. And I think it's gorgeous. I loved the music video. There's a gorgeous music video. It's very simple. It's just Chloe at the piano. But I really like In Pieces. I'm trying to pull the lyrics up, but Apple Music playing. And this, Spotify don't have the lyrics. That's been my complaint from the top, is that Spotify do not have the freaking lyrics for new music for so long. So now I'm resorting to Google. In Pieces, Chloe lyrics. I don't want nobody to hold me tonight. I'm in pieces. That's from memory. I'm pulling it up. She said, ooh, I know it's complicated, but you don't have to say a single word. Listen to In Pieces. It's a good song. Cause I don't wanna go on. Oh, living a life that you've been a missing. And I don't want nobody else to hold. I really like that. To hold me tonight. To hold. I love that's a great melody for a chorus. I'm just to hold. It's like a waterfall. You put a book in every shelf on the way down. Hold. To hold me tonight. I like this song. You can tell I really like it. I love the melody. The words are sad. I told you I like sad music, so it's not surprising that of all the poppin' songs on the album, my favorite is like the ballad. Kind of like the only ballad. Literally the only ballad, low key. Like I don't think any of these songs could really be considered a ballad. Some of them are like more vibey and slow, but not ballads. That one's a ballad. So, Chloe's album, notice what I said is that I like it. Most of the songs I said I like it. I didn't say I loved it. And so maybe I just need to keep listening. Maybe it's going to grow on me. But I'm interested to see how the public continues to respond. And I'm like the first week of sales, the first week streams. I'm going to see if it's just me that's not... Because I love Chloe and Halle. Like I said, I love Chloe Bailey. I love her. But I didn't make this podcast to lie. And so I'm going to her concert in April. Oh, it's already April. I'm going to her concert this month. I'm very excited. But this album, I'm like, I just didn't get it all the way at first. And I'm still not all the way there. So maybe it's going to continue to grow on me. I'm going to continue to listen. But yeah, I love Chloe. So I don't want it to seem like I'm talking shit because I do like her. But like I said, I didn't make this podcast to lie. So I got to tell the truth. Speaking of telling the truth, a lot of people are not loving Miley's new album, Endless Summer Vacation. Now, I love that one. On the contrary, I really, really like that one. I've been listening to it a lot, and I'm just like the general public. I've talked to people, and I'm like, damn, people are not really fucking with this. I like it. I do like Plastic Hearts more. I will say Plastic Hearts is like iconic, chic, slay, and obviously her discography prior to Plastic Hearts is also pretty iconic. Lots of hits, Miss Miley, but Plastic Hearts is my favorite. Endless Summer Vacation, I love it though. I like it, and I really love the Disney Plus special because I really connect with Miley's charisma as a live performer. I was hanging out with my friend Sophie yesterday, and I was like, we decided it was her voice. I'm like, it's like something that she doesn't even do. It's just something she has about her presence that makes me want to watch her. She's very compelling. Because she just stands there, really. She sings. I mean, she moves around. I'm not just saying she just stands there as an insult. I'm just saying she's not like Pink, flying from silks and like doing backflips and shit. Like, and she doesn't have to. It's something about her energy, her charisma that makes you want to look at her. And I like Miley for that. Also, the way she reinvents every era is really compelling. Notice how all roads lead back to Miley Cyrus. All roads back to Miley Cyrus. Speaking of my friend Sophie, we were hanging out yesterday, and the reason we were hanging out is because we were going to see my friend Georgia, who was doing a musical in Atlanta. So I drove into the city and got to see Georgia twice. I went and saw her twice. And I mean, Georgia is one of my oldest friends. I've known her since I was like literally 7 or 8 years old, which is well over a decade at this point. And yeah, we've been performing in musicals and plays with each other from the beginning of my theater career as a child. And so it was really fun to see her on stage and support her and see how she's grown as a performer and matured because she is super talented. So I just wanted to shout out my friends, better than your friends, yeah. That's one of my favorite records of all time. Everything Is Love by the Carters. I told my friend Bella that, and she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. Like, I love Everything Is Love. That record is fire. So I talked last week about how Morticia, my 2015 Kia Sportage, went to the shop because she stopped driving completely. I think my car should have they, them pronouns. Morticia, they, them. So my car, Morticia with they, them pronouns. Because they stopped driving my car, Morticia. And so because they stopped driving, they went to the shop. And their warranty ended up replacing the engine. So Morticia got a brand new engine, like I said last week. I still really don't understand the issue. There was a recall on the engine, which is strange because that's uncommon, but it just so happened to be my car that there was an engine recall. which is just some shit that would happen to me. Honestly, me and my mom joke all the time that goofy shit happens to us. I feel like shit that happens to very few people will happen to us. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I was in a very unlikely turn of events. There was a recall on my engine, so I got it replaced for free. And then there's a recall on something else, and they were saying like, yeah, I have to take my car back once they get this other part in to like replace some fuse or something. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, it's free because it's like a recall and it's warranty stuff. But I got Morticia back. She has a brand new engine at 68,000 miles, and it literally like accelerates faster and shit. So honestly, it's not such a bad turn of events. I'm like, it was an inconvenience to have to not have my car for 2 weeks for like absolutely no reason. I couldn't be like, oh, well, it's my fault, because it wasn't. Like literally, it was just kind of an inconvenience. And the insurance company gave us a rental car, but they didn't give it to us until like a week in, because they couldn't give you a rental car until they quote unquote diagnosed the issue. Trend alert, quote unquote. Until they diagnosed the issue, so they wouldn't give you a car until they knew it was wrong. And so they finally gave us a loaner car, and then the loaner car's tire went flat because there was a screw in it. So then we had to go back to the dealership to get the loaner's car tire replaced, after having to have AAA come again after towing my car, come again to put the donut on the loaner car. It's just a hassle. And so there's been a lot of stupid car shit going on in my family. But I got Morticia back, thank God. The hassle of the rental car is over, thank God. My mom can have her car back, because I wasn't allowed to drive the rental car because I'm not 21, I guess. I guess that's why. She was the only one that was allowed to drive it. I just assumed it's because I wasn't like old enough. You know how you can't get a hotel till you're like 25 or whatever, 23 or some shit. I don't know what age it is. Or you can't. Maybe it's 21. I think it's 25. Or maybe you can't get a rental car till 25. I don't fucking know. But there's some stupid shit you can't do. So, I guess that was why, but I also don't know. I just made that up. But anyway, so I had to drive my mom's car, and she was driving the rental car. And the rental car was nice, but like I said, the whole flat tire issue, it was a mess, girl. So I'm happy to have Morticia back. Because I have to drive. I've been driving to the city like literally almost every day for the past couple of weeks. Well, not every day for the past couple of weeks, but like every day for the past week or so. And I've been going there a lot in the past couple of weeks. Because I live like within greater Atlanta, but I'm not in the city. And so I have to drive into the city when I need to like do a modeling gig or, you know, whatever. I have to drive there. And the Atlanta traffic ain't no joke. And so I have to go to acting class today, and I'm like, at least I can deal with the traffic. Well, it's Sunday, so I guess there's no traffic, or there's less traffic. But anyway, I'm excited to have like get to drive in my car. I like my car. Morticia has a good government subwoofer in the trunk, so the music sounds better. I just love Morticia. She has a certain smell. They have a certain smell. I'm misgendering my own goddamn car. They have a certain smell that I just appreciate. I like my car. I've grown to like it. It's only the second car that I've had. I don't mean like only the second car. I fucked my first car up and I had to get a new one. And I got a new one for my birthday last year? Yeah. And so yeah, it took me a minute because I really didn't want to get rid of my old car. I was attached to it, but it was messed up. And so it took me a minute for Morticia to grow on me. But she grew damn. I'm acting like these Trumplicans that are trying to outlaw transgender people. Can't get the pronouns right, child. So, last night when I was hanging out with my friend Sophie, there was another conversation topic that came up about like our independence. And it just got me thinking. In 2022, after I stopped talking to a boy, I was like kind of traumatized, to be honest. I was like, I really just don't want to have anything to do with some boys for a while. I'm really exhausted and drained. And so I didn't talk to any boys all 2022. I deleted all the apps, and I'd get them back once in a while if I got bored, but I always ended up deleting them again like 2 seconds later. It never stuck. So all of 2022, and then in 2023, I was like, maybe I'm going to open myself up to boys again. And then I like kind of tried, and then I was like, never mind. And so it's like, we were talking about it last night. I'm like, what a type of hyper independent. I was about to say I never saw this for myself, and that's not true. When I was a kid, before I had come out, I knew I was gay. I figured out that I liked boys in the 6th grade. I didn't have a word to describe it, but boys would make me feel some kind of way in the 6th grade. And so I'd been bullied for years and called gay and the British slang for cigarette and much worse. On the playground and shit in the 5th grade, getting brutalized verbally. It was really it was the South, I guess, but it was kind of like, damn, y'all are mean as fuck. But I didn't really know what the words meant back then. So, but in the 6th grade, I was like, oh, Harry Styles is sexy. Like Harry Styles was literally my sexual awakening. I've said that before. But I'm like, damn, I don't even like One Direction either. Like I love Harry Styles' original music. I love Zayn's original music, but I was not a One Direction fan. So it's funny that in the 6th grade in like 2012 or 13, Harry Styles was my sexual awakening, but he was. And I was like, damn, boys are cute, you know? Like, so I didn't have really like, oh, I'm gay in my brain. But I did know that liking boys was a sin because, or that's what I was told, you know, in church and systems. And I also knew how I was treated for being like a feminine, you know, boy at school. So I was like, what am I going to do about this? And there was a genuine time period in my life for a really long time as a child where I believed that I would grow up and marry a woman and have children and pretend to be straight forever. And there came a time when I realized that wasn't going to work. And so then I was like, you know what? I'll just be single forever. That's okay. Then I was like, no, Kobe, you want to find love. So then I came out as gay and I just had bad boy experience after bad boy experience after bad boy experience. And it just made me want to step away. And the thing about that is that I have no desire to step back into it. And I'm like, I am so young. I'm like young and uh, I was about to say fertile, but it's not like I'd be having children. I'm like young and there's some like word I'm looking for that I can't think of. But anyway, I was just like, wow, I'm gonna vital. I don't know what word I'm looking for, child. I really cannot talk today. But I'm just like, this is the time where you're young and hot and sexy, and you know, not that big aging is bad. I'm not trying to demonize aging. I'm just saying, you'd think of all times in my life when I want to be seen naked, it'd be right now. But it's like, no, I am like, it's like, there's this clip of Karen Huger from the Real Housewives of Potomac, and she goes, okay. If you're watching the video, I'm like crossing my eyes. She's like, okay, talking about Robin Wedding, and that's how I feel about boys. They're like, oh, you want to date a boy? Okay. Like I'm just like, oh, I can care less. They drive me crazy. Boy talk drives me crazy. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like a man hater, although the patriarchy sucks. But like, I'm not like being like, oh, I hate men, so stay the fuck out of my comments. I'm just being like, I don't know. I've been worn down. I just don't want to talk to y'all. I don't mean like I don't have guy friends, but it's just like romantic connection. I'm busy. And I'm like, really, I guess the reason I brought this up is I'm kind of inquisitive. Like, when are my feelings gonna change? Like, I guess a year's not that long, but it's kind of a long time to just be like completely checked out. I don't know. But I just feel like no matter where I look, even when I am looking, I feel like maybe what I'm doing is like when you stop looking for stuff, it organically finds you. Cause the looking for it and the apps of it all and the sliding into the DMs of it all, not that that's not a great way to like, you know, make the first move, but it hasn't been working for me in recent history. So I think I'm just going to have to save my time and spend it elsewhere. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting at. What I sure didn't set a timer. I was about to see if I set a timer to see where I was at, but I didn't. I always forget. I don't know what it is about that damn timer. But yeah, I just feel like a sense of independence from men that I have. When I first came out, I was boy crazy. And it lasted for a couple of years, and it was really about one boy most of the time, as I've mentioned before. But yeah, nowadays I'm like, I'm working, I'm busy, I'm sleeping, I'm watching a trashy reality television show, I'm spending time with my parents. It just seems like there's better stuff to be done to me. And I understand that's my priorities. I felt like I peaked the mic a little bit. I'm kind of eating that hoe a little bit. I hate when people like eat microphones, like put microphones in their mouth. Like, girl, take that shit out of your mouth. People will sing and they'll be like, I'm like, girl, you need to hold it like an inch away. You see how I just be derailed immediately. I'm on a tangent about boys and men for 5 minutes, and then I start talking about licking a microphone. Speaking of licking a microphone, what? Never mind. So yeah, this episode was kind of random. I really sat down today and I was like, what the hell am I going to talk about? Because I was like, oh, I woke up this morning excited to tape the podcast episode because I made an Instagram and a TikTok account. I just said an Instagram and a TikTok account. But I haven't mentioned yet that I made an Instagram and a TikTok account for this podcast at KOBLIZZY Show. So you can follow me at KOBLIZZY on Instagram and TikTok, just like normal. But you can also follow the podcast at KOBLIZZY Show on Instagram and TikTok as well. So that's where I'm going to start posting clips from the podcast. I'm going to try to start posting them more often in an effort to grow an audience. So that's kind of the idea. So I'd really appreciate if you'd follow the Instagram and TikTok accounts for this podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, I'd also love if you'd follow me at KOBLIZZY if you enjoy me hosting this podcast. I've enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it was random. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about today, but turned out okay. And I honestly have a pretty good internal clock for cutting it off right at about 30 minutes. So maybe I'm being arrogant right now, and you obviously have a timestamp that I can't see right now, but I'm guessing it's about 30 minutes. So thank you so much for watching this podcast. If you like this video and you're watching it on YouTube, please like it, leave a comment. If you're listening on Spotify, Podcast, Google Podcasts, etc., and there's an option to leave stars or a review, please do that if you enjoyed the podcast. Like I said, please follow me at KOBLIZZY Show and at KOBLIZZY on both Instagram and TikTok. You can visit my link tree at Kobe. That's not at. 86 the at. I meant KobeWarner.com, just KobeWarner.com or KOBLIZZY.com. Both of those are link trees. And I'll see you next week. In the meantime, you can stream episodes 1 through 27 of this podcast because 28 is out, baby. See you next week. Bye.